following is a class on the Bhagavad Gita as it is, second chapter, text number 14, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on the 21st of June, 1974, in Germany.
Srila Prabhupada Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tvam Sajivam Satvaitam. In the previous class, it has been described that Dehinasning Yatha Dehi Kaumana Joguna. We are transmigrating from one body to another, exactly like we are passing from a child body to a boy's body, or boy's body to youth body. Similarly, we are passing through this body also and accepting another body. Now, the question of distress and happiness. Distress and happiness according to the body. A very rich man is situated little comfortably. The common distress and unhappiness, that is common. What is that common? Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha dosanga. To take birth either as a dog or as a king, the distress is the same. There is no difference. Because the dog has to keep itself within the womb of the mother in an airtight condition for so many months. The man, either he is king or anything, he has also undergone that tribulation. There is no excuse. Because you are taking birth in a king's family, it does not mean that to remain compact within the mother's womb, the distress is less, and because he is taking birth in a dog's mother's womb, therefore his is great. No, that is the same. Similarly, at the time of death, there is great distress. It is so strong that one has to leave this body. Just like when the distress becomes very strong, one commits suicide. He cannot tolerate. Finish this body. So, nobody wants to leave this body. But the distress is so strong that one is forced to leave this body. That is called death. In the Bhagavad Gita, you will find that Mrityu sarva harascha aham. Krishna says that I am death. And what is meaning of death? Death means I take everything from you. Finish. I take his body, I take his association, I take his country, I take his society, I take his bank balance and everything finished. Sarva hara. Sarva means everything. Everyone is trying to accumulate big bank balance and big house, big family, big motor car, etc. But with the death, everything is finished. So that is great distress. Sometimes one cries. You find at the time of death in coma, his eye drops are coming out. He is thinking, I made so many things so nicely to live comfortably, and now I am losing everything. Great distress. I know one friend in Allahabad. He was very rich man. So he was only 54 years old. So he was requesting, crying, Doctor, can you not give me at least 4 years to live? I had a plan, I wanted to finish it. What the doctor can do? That is not possible, sir. You must get out. But these foolish people, they do not know. But we have to tolerate. We have to tolerate. That is advised here. That because you have got this material body, you have to tolerate. To live within the womb of the mother, then come out, then I cannot speak. Suppose I am a little baby and some worm is biting me, I cannot say, Mother, because at time I cannot speak, something is biting on my back, I am crying, a mother is thinking that the child is hungry, giving me. Just see how much is. I want something and I am giving something else. This is fair. Why the child is crying? And he is feeling uncomfortable. Then in this way, I grow. Then I do not want to go to school. I am forced to go to school. Yes. At least I was like that. I never wanted to go to school. And my father was very kind. So, you know, like, why you are not going to school? I say, I will go tomorrow. All right. But my mother was very careful. Perhaps if my mother would not have been little sick, I would not have gotten any education. My father was very lenient. So she used to force me, one man would take me to school. Actually, children do not want to go to school, they want to play. Against the will of the children, he has to go to school. Then there is examination. Not only going to school, so you study the life from the beginning of this body, within the womb of the mother. It is simply troublesome, against my will. So many distresses are there. So many distresses there. Then as we grow, the distress grow. Distress is not diminished. Then janma, then old age, then disease. So long you have got this body, the so-called scientists, they are manufacturing very effective medicine, new discovery. What is called streptomycin, so many things. But they cannot stop disease. That is not possible. You can manufacture so many high-class medicine to cure disease. That is not cure, temporary relief. But no scientist had discovered any medicine that you take this medicine and no more disease. That is not possible. You take this medicine, no more death. That is not possible. Therefore, those who are intelligent, they know it very well that this place is dukkhalam asasatam. That is described in the Bhagavad Gita. It is a place for distress. So long you remain here, but we are so full, we cannot realize, we accept this life is very pleasant, let me enjoy it. It is not pleasant at all. Seasonal changes, always. This distress or that distress, this disease or that disease, this uncomfortable, this anxiety. There are three kinds of distresses. Adhyatik, adhibhautik, adhidvaivik. Adhyatik means distresses pertaining to this body and the mind. And adhidvaivik means distresses offered by material nature. All of a sudden there is earthquake. All of a sudden there is famine. There is scarcity of food. There is over rain, no rain, extreme heat, extreme winter, extreme cold. We have to go under these distresses, threefold. At least 1, 2 must be there. Still, we do not realize that this place is full of distress because I have got this material body. Therefore, a sane man's duty is how to stop the process of accepting this material body. This is intelligence. He should realize that I am always in distress and I am not this body, but I am put into this body. Therefore, right conclusion is that I am not this body. If somehow or other I can live without this body, then my distresses are over. This is common. That is possible. Therefore Krishna comes. Therefore God comes to give you the information that you are not this body. You are the soul, spirit soul. And because you are within this body, you are suffering so many distresses. Therefore Krishna advises that these distresses are due to this body. Try to understand why you are feeling pains and pleasure. It is due to the body. Therefore Buddha philosophy is also the same thing, that you finish this body. Nibbana. Nibbana. Nibbana means their philosophy is that your feelings of pain and pleasure, it is due to this body. They also accept. Now what is this body? This body is combination of matter. Combination of earth, water, air, fire, ether, mind, intelligence, ego, 8 material elements, 5 gross and 3 subtle. This body is made of that. So the Buddha philosophy is that you dismantle this body, nibbana. Just like this house is made of stone, brick and wood and so on. So you break it, and there is no more stone and no more brick. This is distributed to the earth, throw it on the earth, then there is no house. Similarly, if you become zero, no body, then you are free from pains and pleasure. This is their philosophy, Nibbana philosophy, Sunnavad, make it zero. But that is not possible. That is not possible. You cannot, you are, because you are spirit soul, that will be explained. You are eternal. You cannot be zero. That will be explained. No hannati hannamani sarire. That we are giving up this body. But immediately I have to accept another body. Immediately. Then where is your question of dismantling? By nature's way, you will get another body. Because you want to enjoy. You have come here in this material world. There is no question of asking. Everyone knows that I am in this material world. I must enjoy to the fullest extent. One who is unaware of the fact that I am going to take another life, he is thinking this is a combination of this matter, earth, water, air, fire. So when it will be broken, then everything will be finished. So long I have got this opportunity, let me enjoy to the fullest extent. This is called material mentality. Atheist who does not know that we are eternal soul, we are changing body only. The atheist think that after finishing here in the Western country, big professor, they are also under the same impression that when the body is finished, everything is finished. No, that is not. Therefore, that is the beginning of instruction. Dehinasmin jathadehi kaumara jovana. You are changing different bodies. By finishing the body, you are not finished. You are not finished. We can understand with little thinking that in this body I am, even in this life. At night I get another body. I dream there is a tiger. I go to the forest and there is a tiger and it is coming to kill me. Then I am crying. Actually I am crying. Or in other ways, I have gone to some beloved man or woman, we are embracing, but the bodily action is going on. Otherwise, why I am crying? And why there is discharge of semen? So, people do not know that I am living this gross body, but I am entering into this subtle body. Subtle body is there, not question of inside. We are packed up Just like this body is packed up with heart and coat. So the coat is the gross body and the heart is the subtle body. So when this gross body is resting, the subtle body is working. The foolish man, they cannot understand that I am compacting some body, either subtle body or gross body. One who is too sinful, very much sinful, he does not get the gross body, he remains in the subtle body, and that is called ghost. You have heard, some of you might have seen, that is ghost. Ghost means he doesn't get, he is so sinful that he is condemned to remain in the subtle body. He does not get the gross body. Therefore, according to Vedic system, there is Sraddha ceremony. If the father or relative has not gotten the gross body, by that ceremony he is allowed to accept a gross body. That is Vedic system. So anyway, we can understand that I am sometimes in this gross body and I am sometimes in the subtle body. So I am there, either in the gross body or on the subtle body. So I am eternal. But when I work with the subtle body, I forget this gross body. And when I work with this gross body, I forget the subtle body. So either I accept the gross body or subtle body, I am eternal. I am eternal. Now the problem is how to avoid this gross body and subtle body. That is problem. That means when you remain in your original body, in spiritual body, and do not come to this gross or subtle body, that is your eternal life. That is we have to achieve. This human life is a gift by the nature or by God. Now you realize that you are changing your different condition, distress and happiness, being a force to accept some kind of gross and subtle body. That is the cause of your pains and pleasures. And if you get out of this gross and subtle body, remain in your original spiritual body, then you are free from these pains and pleasures. That is called Mukti. Mukti, there is a Sanskrit word. Mukti means liberation. No more gross body, no more subtle body. But remain in your own original spiritual body. This is called Mukti. Mukti means, it is described in the Bhagavatam, Mukti hitva annatha rupam sarupena avasthiti. That is called Mukti. Annatha rupam. Annatha rupam means in otherwise, staying or living in otherwise. Otherwise means that I am spirit, soul. I have got spiritual body. But some or other, circumstantially, on account of my desire, I get sometimes human body, and sometimes dog's body, sometimes cat's body, sometimes fish body, sometimes demigod's body. There are different 8,400,000 different forms of body. So I am changing according to my desire and according to my infection. Karanam gunasangas. These are the subtle things. That is the real knowledge of human being, not to invent something for temporary happiness. That is foolishness. That is foolishness, wasting time. If we invent something for the comforts of this present body, I shall live very comfortably, but you will not be allowed, sir, to live comfortably. First of all, you know, suppose a man is constructing very nice house, very strong house, it will never fall down in any circumstances. That's all right, but what you have done for yourself, that you will never die, so that you will enjoy this. No, let me have a very strong built house. So house remains, he goes up. Strong built nation. Just like Napoleon constructed strong built arches. But where he has gone, nobody knows. So Therefore Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings, Jaravidya sab mayar bhuibhav, tomar bhajane bada. The more we advance in so-called material happiness, a material advancement, the more we forget our real identity. This is the result. So, we should understand that we have got a separate business, real business, that is called self-realization. That I am not this body, this is self-realization. That is being instructed by Krishna in the beginning. You are not this body. The first understanding, first knowledge is to understand that I am not this body, I am spirit soul. I have got a different business. It is not that these temporary actions or activities, like as a dog or as a human being or as a tiger or as a tree or as a fish, there are activities. Ahara nidra bhaya vaithunancha. The same principle of bodily necessities, eating, sleeping, sex life and defense. But in the human form of life, I have got a separate business, self-realization, to get out of this bodily entanglement. And that is called knowledge. Without this knowledge, anything we are advancing in knowledge, that is foolishness, that's all. Samayeva hi kevalam. Samayeva hi kevalam. Samayeva hi kevalam means simply working uselessly and wasting time. You cannot check the nature's law. Suppose in this life, you are very big leader, prime minister and everything, that's all right. But according to your mentality, you are creating next life. So, in this life you remain a prime minister and next life you become a dog. Then what is the benefit? Therefore these atheist fools, they want to deny next life. That is very horrible for them. That is very horrible. If they accept next life, they know that life is very sinful. Then what life they are going to get? By the laws of nature. When they think of it, they shudder. Better deny it. Better deny it. Just like a rabbit, enemy is in his pond and he is going to die. But he thinks, let me close my eyes, I am out of there. This is atheistic view. They are trying to forget that there is no. Therefore they deny. There is no life. Why not? Krishna says that you had a childhood body, you had a baby. Where is that body? You have left that. You are in different body. Similarly, this body will change. You will get another body. And who says? Krishna says, the most superior authority. He says. I may not understand, but when he says, this is the process of our knowledge. We accept knowledge from the perfect person. I may be fool, but the knowledge received from the perfect person is perfect. This is our process. We don't try to speculate. That may or may not be successful. But if you accept knowledge from the perfect authority, that knowledge is perfect. Just like we are speculating, who is my father? You can speculate, who is your father? But that speculation will not help you. You will never understand who is your father. But you go to your mother, the supreme authority, she will immediately, here is your father. That's all. And you cannot know father in any other way. There is no other way. This is practical. You cannot know your father without the authoritative statement of your mother. Similarly, things which are beyond your perception, avanga manasa gocha, you cannot think of, you cannot speak of. Sometimes they say God cannot be spoken, God cannot be thought of. That is all right. But if God Himself comes before you and says, here I am, then where is the difficulty? I am imperfect. I cannot know. That's all right. But if God Himself comes before you. So, this Krishna consciousness movement is to know everything perfectly from the Supreme Authority, Krishna. This is the process. Because vijnanartham sagurumeva avigachet. In order to understand subject matter which is beyond our perception, you have to approach such authority who can inform you. Exactly in the same way. To understand who is my father is beyond my perception, beyond my speculation. But if I accept the authoritative statement of my mother, this is perfect. So there are three kinds of processes to understand or to advance in knowledge. One is direct perception, pratyaksh, and the other is authority, and the other is shruti. Shruti by hearing from the Supreme. So our process is shruti. Shruti means we hear from the highest authority. That is our process. And that is very easy. Highest authority, if he is not in default, an ordinary person, they are in default. They have got imperfection. The first imperfection is the ordinary man, they commit mistake. Any great man of the world you have seen, they commit mistake. And they are illusion. They accept something as reality, which is not reality. Just like we accept this body as reality. This is called illusion, but this is not reality. I am soul, that is reality. So this is called illusion. And then with this illusory knowledge, imperfect knowledge, we become teacher. And there is another cheating. They say, all these scientists and philosophers, perhaps it may be, what is your knowledge? It may be, and perhaps, why you are taking the post of a teacher? In future, we shall understand, what is this future? We do accept a post-dated check. In future, I shall discover, and therefore I am scientist. What is the scientist? And above all, our imperfectness of senses. Just like we are seeing one another, because there is light. If there is no light, then what is the power of my seeing? But these rascals do not understand that they are always defective, and still they are writing books of knowledge. What is the knowledge? We must take knowledge from the perfect person. Therefore, we are taking knowledge from Krishna, the Supreme Person, the perfect person. And he is advising that if you want to stop your pains and pleasure, then you must make some arrangement not to accept this material body. That is advising Krishna. How to avoid this material body. That has been explained. This is the second chapter. In the fourth chapter, Krishna has said that Janma karma me dibbam jujanati tattata takta dehang punar janma naiti mamiti. You simply try to understand the activities of Krishna. These activities of Krishna is there in the history, in the Mahabharata. Mahabharata means greater India or greater Bharat. Mahabharata, history. In that history, this Bhagavad Gita is also there. So he is speaking about himself. He try to understand Krishna. This is our Krishna consciousness movement. Simply try to understand Krishna, his activities. It is not impersonal. Janma karma me dibbam. Karma means activities. He has activities. Why he is taking part in this world, activities? Why he comes? Jada jada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharata. Abhutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamaham. He has got some purpose, he has got some mission. So try to understand Krishna and his mission and his activities that is described in a historical form. So what is the difficulty? We read so many things, history or the activities of some leader, some politician. The same thing, same energy you apply for understanding Krishna. What is the difficulty? Krishna, therefore, he manifests himself with so many activities.